This rant video was requested by Bilal. Enjoy!
Martin Hodsgen and Patrick Rogers are two of the worst users I've ever had the misfortune of dealing with, and I'm done pretending otherwise. Let's break this down one by one, because both of them are a problem. Just in different ways. First, Martin Hodsgen. People might know him as a Peppa Pig fan or think he's just some harmless online user, but my experience with him has been anything but harmless. Martin repeatedly crossed boundaries that should never be crossed. He sent me inappropriate and disturbing messages, acted obsessively, and made comments and posts that made me deeply uncomfortable. At one point, he even posted things that came across as stalking, including weird statements about wanting to marry me, which is beyond creepy and completely unacceptable. Instead of respecting boundaries, he doubled down and treated it like a joke. On top of that, he went out of his way to be cruel and hostile, including wishing me an unhappy birthday. Which just shows how petty and malicious his behavior actually is. This wasn't a misunderstanding or one-time mistake. It was a pattern of harassment, obsession, and disrespect. No one should have to deal with that, especially online, where people think they can get away with anything because they're behind a screen. Now let's talk about Patrick Rogers, because honestly, he's not innocent in this either. Patrick constantly takes Martin's side no matter what, without ever acknowledging how wrong Martin's actions were. He refuses to listen, refuses to understand the situation, and instead enables the behavior by defending it or brushing it off like it's no big deal. Supporting someone who repeatedly crosses boundaries makes you part of the problem. Silence and blind loyalty don't make you neutral. They make you complicit. What makes this even more frustrating is that Patrick never stops to ask why someone would be upset or uncomfortable. He doesn't care about accountability or consequences. He just backs Martin up automatically, as if defending bad behavior is more important than respecting basic human boundaries. At the end of the day, this isn't about trauma. It's about respect. Martin's behavior was inappropriate and unsettling, and Patrick's refusal to acknowledge that only makes things worse. I shouldn't have to explain why this kind of behavior is wrong. Anyone with basic common sense should already understand that. I don't know who likes these two users. But do you know who hates this user? Me, Bob, Bile, Boomerang China, Yafet Yam and Backup, and Matthew Nichols. Why? Because they all hate Martin Hodsgen and Patrick Rogers' actions. So forget Martin Hodsgen and Patrick Rogers. And forget Contender Guy too. Tommy Winkler is 10 million times better than Martin Hodsgen and Patrick Rogers. End of rant.
So that concludes my rant. So my question for you guys is, what should I rant on next? Post your comment down below and I'll see you in the next rant. Bye!
Martin is a pedophile. Martin is a pedophile. Martin is a pedophile. Martin is a pedophile.